To the New Zealand Fantasy Football Federation Association Championship Week 9 recap. Now, I don't know if it's as hot in the Championship as it is in the Premiership. Goodness me. It's a bit of a state, actually. How do we have? We got 7 losing records. Interesting. All right, so this is the complete opposite of the Premiership. We've got 5 teams dominating and 7 teams getting dumped on. So let's have a look and see what happened in week 9. See if we can take some learning. So Xander got a sweety win over Blake. Blake, that is not what I expected from your team. 133 points. Did you have a few players on bye? So Kittle on bye, Sutton, Kirk. And you had Dak Prescott on the bench. Unbelievable. So yeah, a couple players on bye there for Blake, but doesn't excuse the low score. That is not great from either team, really. Not a lot to talk about there. I mean, Tua over your Dak. You need to get rid of one of these quarterbacks, Blake. That is a tough decision to be making every week. Dak is playing really well. Tua's obviously playing really well, but Tua either goes hard or he shits the bed. Where are we? Dak's had 36, 39, 27 tank there. So he kind of tanked the start of the season, but there's been lights out for the last 3 games. Where if we look at Tua's just boom, bust, boom, bust, boom, boom, bust, boom, bust. And he's on bye. So as good as he's been, oh my goodness, he's got Baltimore, Buffalo in the playoffs. And oh, oh my goodness, if you have Tua Tagovailoa, you need to trade him ASAP. That is a crazy bad playoff schedule. Jets, Dallas, and Baltimore, Buffalo. I'll be exiting on that ASAP. So not a good win for Xander, but he'll take the win nonetheless. Michael Jenkins, but Andy with the massive score, 238.5 for Andy, 56 from Stroud. Incredible game. You haven't watched highlights from that game. Incredible game. Man, got absolutely nothing from his running backs, nothing from his wide receivers. Kincaid and Ferguson coming through, and then Tank Dell. So extremely strange scoring from. He got negative points from Chase Edmonds and still scored 240. Big block games on offense from a couple of tight ends and Tank Dell. Then we see Kenny Moore. Andy had Kenny Moore, Parsons, Frankie Louvu. Big boom game. So congrats, Andy. Massive score. Looking strong up there in 6 and 3. You see Breesy. That's a good score. Like 180 is in that good range. If you're anywhere between 180 and 200, you're pretty happy with that. Just unfortunately, he was up against Andy this week. So like good contributions all around. Big game from Schultz. Looks like the defense was a bit soft. Top man, 11 tackles. That's really nice. Landman. Man, do I need to pick up Landman? It's looking pretty clutch actually. Or someone picked him up. I haven't seen his name before, so congrats on that find. Oh, you did have St. Brown and Jameer Gibbs out. Yeah, so your team would have been a lot different if you had those players. So yeah, don't take it too badly. Easy Reese, you're actually looking all good. Just keep the morale high and you'll be sweet. 100 points, Ben. What's going on? Okay. You've had a lot of players absolutely. Man, you were just not hitting double digits. You had one player in two players in double digits. Not worth talking about. Lucas didn't have a great week, didn't have a terrible week. It's in the average score range, 165. So, I mean, Lucas's key players coming through: Hurts, Eckler, Henry, Chase having a down game, Hopkins having a down game, Nico Collins having an all right game, getting in the end zone, Khalil Mack. Yeah, all right week. Who do we have on bye here? No one on bye. Actually, a lot of players on bye, but a lot of irrelevant players. Lucas, I've been looking to get rid of some of this trash. Like, you have a lot of trash on your team, so see what you can do. But you want to try and get rid of some of these players. Ben, you just need to pray, bro. That's a shocking score. Taj, my balls. getting his third win of the season against Jeremy. So it's 174's in that good range. Jeremy, that's a pitiful score. Got Mahomes, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, Taysom Hill. Love the start there. Great stuff there, Sam. Cashman and Crosby with 3 sacks. Whew. Raiders getting the big dub with their new coach Antonio Pierce. Who'd you have? Oh, so you had Pierce out. Algier, Johnny Smith on the bench as well. So hard to start Johnny Smith. Like, I'm not sure how anyone can actually start this guy with confidence. Although he's getting a few targets per game. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9 games where he's had 5 or more targets. So if you're in a pinch for a flex spot, he's worth a start because obviously you get that full PPR for tight ends. But I mean, it's only his second touchdown of the season. He hasn't been like if you need 8 to 10 points, Johnny Smith's your guy. But you're not getting much more from that, except for last week where he got the big runaway touchdown. So I don't know. I kind of see Johnny Smith as one of those guys that you would drop and let him bomb someone else's lineup. Right, Dre with the sweetie win. Oh wow, that is sweet. He is 4.1 at 160. This is in the average, low to average range. It's not into that good range. It is a lucky win for Dre. Not a lot of high scorers on Dre's team at all. Nutsy's got Pittman, AJ Brown, and Keenan Allen though. Was a great drafting. Pollard, Kamara. But yeah, team's looking strong. Demario Davis. And you're lucky at that big game from Jordan Hicks, otherwise you would have lost this. 25 points from Komet there. Big game from Allen. So unlucky there, Ham Newton, but you got to score more than that to assure yourself the wins. He drops down to 3 and 6. Dre still sitting up at the top of the table at 9 and 0. And then Simon. Simon! Simon still can't find a second win of the season. Fire Breather's getting his second win of the season. Well done, Fire Breathers. Why are you starting Zach Wilson? Oh, that's right. Simon's trying to blame the Rugby World Cup for this absolutely woeful play here, but I mean, Simon, if you get relegated, bro, it's your own fault. This is your perfect opportunity to get a second win, start to make the comeback, but no, you will be fighting out of the lower bracket to avoid relegation. So if we look at the table, we've got Dre top of the table. He is in the playoffs. I don't see a world where he doesn't make it. I would say these guys at 7 and 2 are probably in as well. They only need to split their games from here on out to go 10 wins. So if you're getting 10 wins, you're easy in the playoffs. Even these guys 6 and 3, it would be very hard for them to stuff it up to not make the playoffs. So I would say at most there's 3 spots remaining for these guys down in the bottom 6 to play for. But in reality, it's just this one spot at 4 and 5. So a lot of bad records here, but you actually have hope because if Michael loses and any of you guys win, you're into that spot potentially. So get trading. Start talking to these guys up here. They're happy to take on your bye-week players if it means an upgraded position. But you guys just need to buy yourself some wins at this point and try and make the playoffs. Remember, all you have to do is make 6th, and then you can make it into that top 3 and you'll get promoted up into the Premiership. So let's see what you can do. But before we close the video, let's have a look at some trades. And we still haven't had a trade since the 30th of September. Guys, what are you doing? Do some trades, man. This is ridiculous. That's why you guys are all down here. You haven't done a single trade for 6 weeks. It's ridiculous. Tipping on waivers. What the hell? 15 for Josh Dobbs? Crazy, man. Nothing much happening there. Fam, do some trades. That is crazy. If you want to win, you have to trade. Trading is trying. Like, what do you have to lose if you're 3 and 6, 2 and 7? What do you have to lose? Nothing. You're already in the relegation zone, so get trading, make some moves. All right, let's take a look at the alliance now.